With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Next-Gen Racing's light electric company, Xfinity Series, fires things off here in the Remember the Fallen 100 right here in America's heartland. Sparta, Kentucky Speedway is the site for chase race number 1 here in this season. Let's see which one of these warriors are going to put it in victory lane. Will we see a repeat winner once again here? Katie Osmond, Joshua Spalding, Steve Baker all knotted up with 3 race wins on the season, but none of that matters anymore, as now it is time to shine. 10 races to decide who will walk away and lift the trophy at the end of this season. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the calls as your voice for Next-Gen Racing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Looks like qualifying already underway. 10-minute session has 2 minutes clicked off of the stopwatch already. We'll throw some of that information up for you real quick. There you see your qualifying times over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Katie Osmond, quick time here tonight so far. He's got the provisional pole, sitting with a 30.81.9. He's going to have that Black Hawk Motorsports Pole Award for the time being. Steve Baker close behind him. Jimmy Hetrick going to slot inside the top 5. Still a lot of drivers yet to go. We've got 20 on the speed charts with still about another 20 left to put in their qualifying laps here, as we're just about halfway through the 5-minute allotted session. 10-minute break here in qualifying to allow drivers to get to the drivers' meeting and then hopefully get themselves pushed through pre-race inspection in time to hit the starting grid. Katie Osmond still leads the field. Chris Medford gonna get close, but no cigar. Medford in the 84 Ford Mustang gonna go second on the speed charts. Why don't we check in with a few drivers that are out there on the track? I do believe, let's see if that 98, yes he is, Thomas Light, out there in his Chevy Camaro trying to put down his time lap. Where will Light shake out? Gonna cross the line that time by. Gonna go 11th on the speed charts. Nobody's got anything for Katie Osmond just yet. Hunter Tate gonna slot into the 3rd position with his number 8 Camaro. 25 drivers now on the speed charts. Just 2 minutes left here in this qualifying session for drivers. Will pull the cars back to pit road and get ready for inspection in the pre-race driver meeting. Ryan Wilson in the 29 Ford Mustang out there, as well as Derek Robinson's 38 Toyota Supra. Thomas Light gonna jump inside the top 10. He'll go 8th with his qualifying laps. Let's check in with the Toyota Supra out of Hardline Racing, the 38 of Derek Robinson. There you can see him gonna cross the line, begin his first time lap. And he's going to be close to being able to get both of these time laps in here. Just 60 seconds remaining in qualifying. 27 drivers on your speed charts. And right now, that Black Hawk Motorsports Pole Award looks like it's going to go to Katie Osmond, unless Robinson can put down an absolute flyer here. First time lap. Where does Robinson go? Cross the line that time by 24th. He's going to have to make up a lot of ground to dethrone Osmond on that pole position for the time being. Last 35 seconds remaining. Robinson sneaks it in right at the cutoff line. Where does he go? He's good enough to improve, but only good enough to go 21st on the speed charts, and that's going to do it for qualifying. All the drivers that were going to go out have went out, and that's going to lead us into Katie Osmond walking away with the Black Hawk Motorsports Pole Award here tonight. Fast time in qualifying, 30.819. Osmond gets the job done. And well, while we do have a little bit of time, why don't we go ahead and run down a little bit more of your official business, a little bit more of The task at hand, let's run down your overall championship points coming into tonight's race. There you can see Steve Baker, Joshua Spalding, Katie Osmond all locked up. They've all got those 3 race wins in their back pocket. They've all got a little bit of an advantage over the rest of the field. Travis Smith, Troy Radford, Kendall Levron, and all the way back to Roy Hyde sitting in the 10th position, knotted up at 2,003 points. That's because they've all got 1 race win to their name and then making it in on the points. Drivers with those 2,000s next to their name: Brian Snare, Chris Medford, Jimmy Hetrick, Hunter Tate, Dustin Ping, and Brian Littleton making it in on the points. Ken, they make the most of it and end up with a shot at the championship at the end of this season. We've got 3 rounds in this playoff chase. Who's going to make it to the final round? It all starts here. It all starts in Sparta. Who's going to take the top spot? We'll have to wait and see. 100 laps in tonight's officially scheduled distance, and with just a handful of minutes remaining before these drivers will get through pre-race inspection, we're going to take a brief commercial break, then head down trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof
And back trackside as drivers begin to fire the engines after making it through final pre-race inspection. Things ready to get kicked off here in the Remember the Fallen 100 right here from Kentucky Speedway. Under the lights tonight, you can hear the bells in the background. You know what time it is. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Remember the Fallen 100 right here on Next Gen Racing's Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Katie Osmond gonna take the top spot. He'll snatch the Black Hawk Motorsports pole aboard with a 38.19. Gonna take that top spot. He'll line up inside row number 1 just to his outside. Fast Ford Mustang of Chris Medford. Row number 2 here tonight, the 8 of Hunter Tate, followed by the 55 of Steve Baker. Back in row number 3, the 5 of Joshua Spalding and Nathan Bishop. Dustin Ping and Thomas Light gonna make up row number 4. Row number 5 here tonight, the 94 of Troy Radford, followed by the 00 of Roy Hyde. Kendall Levron and Travis Smith gonna make up row number 6. Row 7 here tonight, starting inside in that 13th position, the 48 of Jimmy Hetrick. Dustin German lined up just to his outside. Jeff Stiles, Christopher Spencer, Gordon Larson Jr., Brian Littleton gonna slot in that 18th starting position. Damian Patton inside the top 20. Tyler Hilton right there in that 20th position. Derek Robinson, Brian Mescal Jr. back in row number 11. Row 12 here tonight, John Wimbish and Damon Cox. Tim Woodson, Craig Lehrman back in row 13. Row 14 tonight, Travis Arthur and Ryan Wilson. Chris Berg and Matthew McMeekin round out your top 30. Eric Blount, Robert Liedel back in 32nd, 33rd here tonight. Douglas Saki, Robert Hetrick in 34th. Bobby Candom and Mike Mason-Gill round out the field here tonight for the Remember the Fallen 100 field. Makes their way off of turn number 4. The Chevy Silverado pace truck gonna get ready to make that left-hand turn for the first time. Field gonna get to the restart box and wait for it. Here we'll get there eventually. Here we go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company, Light Electric Company Xfinity Series fires things off on lap 1. A little bit of a stack up there through the back of the field on that initial start. Katie Osmond gets out to a 2:10 second advantage, has Steve Baker tucked in right there with the 84 of Chris Medford. Baker looking to the outside. Here comes that 8 of Hunter Tate. How about the 5 of Joshua Spalding? He's going to work his way to the outside, look to take a few positions right there. Still stacked up all through this field. We'll go back around 13th position. Dustin German looking for a spot on Travis Smith. Smith right there running that inside lane. He's going to look just to the inside, I do believe now. Oh, yep, outside, losing a little bit of ground as the 2 of Christopher Spencer going to stack up and keep Smith just to his outside. Brian Littleton starting to make his way through. How about this guy right here? Let's jump in the back. All the way back in the 30th position, Chris Berg in that 67 machine. You're one of your championship chase drivers. He is well behind this field right now. Short qualifying night for him. Didn't have a chance to get out there and put down a fast time. He's going to have to make his way all the way up through this field and has not been able to make up a position just yet. He's going to slowly try to gain a spot on Tim Woodson in that 40th Century Equipment machine, and just like that, going to do so. Woodson way up to the top of the track. We'll jump back up a little bit further in this field, back to this battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the speedway. Might as well count 5th and 6th in there, because Dustin Ping in the 1 machine, he's not too far off. There you can see also the 27 of Nathan Bishop. He's not too far off from him as well. We will jump around the track just a little bit as things are still hot and heavy. The 98 of Thomas Light sitting right here and just inside of your top 15. The 98 has dropped 5 spots from where he started tonight's race, still running in the 13th position right there with Roy Hyde back a little further behind them. The 48 of Jimmy Hetrick and Brian Mescal Jr. going at it. Hetrick going to get stuck at the high side. Mescal Jr. going to come through. Dustin German with some trouble. And it looks like Dustin German having some connection issues right now, falling all over this map. And then right back into his 10th position right now. So we're going to have to keep our eye on that, see if anybody checks up a little bit much for that incident. Look at the 56 of John Wimbish. He's out there, new paint scheme on that ride. We are used to seeing him out there in that world famous Cheerwine paint scheme, but now the red and black Texaco Havoline 56 of John Wimbish looks to crack a little bit further up through the field, possibly get into that top 15. Wimbish up 4 spots. He runs in 19th. Field still stacked up 2-3 wide at times between multiple different positions here on the raceway. We've got a battle up inside your top 5, battle right around the 10th, 11th position, battle right around 15th and 16th. You're watching that unfold right here with the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. He'll take a spot away from Jimmy Hetrick. He's got John Wimbish not too far off behind him. That 48 Ally machine struggling just a little bit early here tonight. Lap number 8 now on the board out of the 100 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. You know, things going to really begin to heat up over these next 10 weeks. We've got tonight's race here at Kentucky, firing things off for the chase. Then we'll take a brief 2 weeks off. I call it brief, but it's going to seem like forever for some of the drivers and for a lot of you race fans out there. No Sunday night action for the next 2 weeks, but then we will hit it hard and heavy. 5 weeks in a row, these drivers are going to go at it here in this championship chase, and by the time we're done with that 5-race stretch, we will be into our 3rd round to set things up for the final 2 races. It is going to be one crazy chase, I can guarantee you that, tonight here at Kentucky Speedway. We head to Martinsville Speedway next, then to the Tricky Triangle at Pocono Raceway for the first 3 races in round number 1. So very different, very difficult tracks on hand here in this championship chase for these Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series drivers. 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. He's going to slot into that 19th position for the time being. John Wimbish was able to get by him as he starts to battle with Jimmy Hetrick to take that spot away. And it looks like caution has flown here tonight. Let's see if we can't see what's going on here. We're not getting a report of anything. And it looks like just yellow flag being flown. I believe Christopher Spencer may have been involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened with this 2 of Christopher Spencer. And there you see right across the nose of that 00 of Roy Hyde, the number 2 Toyota Supra. How would you say that? The Toyota Supra? The Toyota sponsored number 2 Supra. There you go. We'll do it that way. Christopher Spencer gets a little crossed up, out of shape across the nose of Roy Hyde. He gets sideways, saves it, gets it going straight, no contact with anything, but that's going to bring us to a crawl. First caution of the night coming out back at lap number 11 here tonight, so drivers will catch up to the back of that Chevy Silverado pace truck, and a few of them gonna elect to come to pit road, but Steve Baker, Katie Osmond, Dustin Ping, and Joshua Spalding and Hunter Tate, your top 5, they stay out on the track. You know, I wonder if that was more of a spotter issue, possibly the spotter not being able to really see from that vantage point, really call them clear, maybe saying clear, and just quite came across the nose of that double O of Roy Hine. Both of those drivers going to come to pit road and assess any and fix as much damage as they can that may have came from that, but I don't think it should be too bad. And I would have to agree with you. I'm here for some awesome racing as well. We've always got some great racing each and every Sunday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for you. Next Gen Racing's Lighting Electric Company Xfinity Series. We've hit the chase. It's championship time. And it looks like for the majority of this field, for what it's worth, the cream is rising to the top. 9 out of your 10 top spots in your top 10 are chase drivers. Katie Osmond, Steve Baker, Dustin Bing, Joshua Spalding, Hunter Tate, Troy Radford, Kendall Levron, Travis Smith, Brian Littleton. All chase drivers. Only one that's not as well, that 27 of Nathan Bishop, and he was on the outside trying to get into the chase, trying to make his name highlighted in that turn 3 arch over there to the left-hand side for tonight's race. Fell just a little bit short of that mark, and unfortunately Nathan Bishop, well, he's going to try to spoil the party. He's going to try to spoil the show, walk away as a non-chase driver, winning a race here during the chase. That can do all sorts of havoc to the point standings. Pace truck lights have gone out. We are set to go back green flag racing, this time by Katie Osmond. Gonna bring Steve Baker to the green flag just to his outside. Dustin Ping and Joshua Spalding round out row number 2. Hunter Tate and Nathan Bishop back in row 3. Row 4, Troy Radford, Kendall Levron in the 28 Ford Mustang. Brian Littleton and Travis Smith will round out row number 5, and your top 10 field gets set to go back green flag racing, this time by. Pace truck down and away. Field makes their way to the restart line in it, and gas green flag flies. Once again, as Upstate Al gets to waving that green flag, everybody hits the loud pedal, gets up through the gears. How about that start by Osmond? He's able to shake out to almost a 0.2 of a second advantage over Dustin Ping now, who's taken over that second position. Steve Baker back to third, has Hunter Tate and Joshua Spalding all over them. But how about a little further back behind them, Travis Smith making up some ground. He's already moved from that 10th restarting spot all the way up to 8th, now looking for another spot as Troy Radford in the 94 Lucky Finn Project Ford Mustang. He's going to cut the nose off right there across the line, try to get a run on Nathan Bishop. That's going to be for the 6th position on track. Opening the door now for that Great Clips number 9 machine, Travis Smith looking to fill that spot. Looks like most of the field already getting single file. We've got a few of them feeling a little bit testy there. You can see that 80 of Brian Littleton in his Michelob Ultra machine trying to take a spot away from yet another chase driver. Kendall Levron dropping back a little bit here on this restart. The 28 struggling right now. 17 laps into tonight's race. He has yet to come to pit road. Looks like you've got to go all the way back outside of your top 20 to find the first driver that came to pit road, and it looks like that was just a 2-tire stop by Chris Medford, Chris Berg, and I believe Jeff Stiles in the 85, all with just right side tires only. Looking to the outside once again is Troy Radford. Can he keep the position away from Travis Smith? No, not going to be able to. Smith going to move up one more spot. Can he get by Nathan Bishop for that 6th position? We'll jump around just a little bit. Oh, maybe we'll stay here. How about Thomas Light battling with Jimmy Hetrick and Brian Mescal Jr. now through turns 1 and 2. They'll make their way, I believe, no, that is 3 and 4. They'll make their way back across the stripe this time by. How about Mescal Jr. up 8 spots from where he started tonight's race outside of your top 20. He now sits inside of the top 15 in the 14th position. Checking on a few things. Why don't we go all the way back to the front? And once again, there you can see those two drivers nose to tail. Once again, Katie Osmond, Steve Baker run 1 and 2 on the speedway. Dustin Ping, Joshua Spalding stacked up with each other. Hunter Tate losing a little bit of touch. He's got Nathan Bishop and Travis Smith lined up right behind him. Troy Radford, Kendall Levron, and Brian Littleton still rounding out your top 10. Damian Patton, how about that? From Damian Patton Real Estate out of the Dirty Air Racing Camp. How about that 51, man? Doing a fine job out there, running in the 11th position for the time being. Let's check in on your Mission 22 Hard Charger Award right now. That would go to this man sitting in the 20th position, up 14 spots from where he started tonight's race. That Clemson 30 of Robert Hetrick, running strong early here tonight, already almost to that quarter of a way through the race tonight. Drivers close in on lap 22. And as we've got a battle back here, we've got a battle brewing at the front of this field. Another battle brewing right here with Brian Mescal Jr., John Wimbish, Craig Learman. They're all over each other. Damian Patton and Brian Littleton not too far off of that battle as well. Steve Baker going to take the top spot away from Katie Osmond, new race leader here in Chase Race number 1. Remember the Fallen 100 putting on one heck of a show here tonight under the lights. That's right, it's turn 3 after dark right here with the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Still stacked up with each other, man. There are all sorts of battles all over this raceway. Whoa, contact between John Wimbish and Brian Mescal Jr. Contact to that left rear quarter panel. Got that 33 a little bit out of shape going into turns 1 and 2. They'll stack them up, run side by side, back down into 3. Wimbish with the advantage on that inside lane. Looks like he's going to take that spot away. That's going to open the door for that Ally 48 of Jimmy Hetrick. Hetrick not going to quite get there. Mescal Jr. keeps 14th for now. Back to these battles at the front. Check this out. Joshua Spalding, Dustin Ping, they're going at it back and forth still for 3rd and 4th on the speedway. How about the men right behind them gaining some ground? Check this out. The great clips number 9 of Travis Smith, your 5th place runner, now started outside of your top 15. He's up in the 5th position, up 7 spots from where he started tonight's race, and not able to really scoot away too much from this man in his Ford Mustang. Troy Radford, he has been solid all season. Had a little rough go at the very beginning, but things kind of sorted themselves out. Troy settled in there towards the midway point of the season and found himself in a good spot here coming into tonight's championship chase race number 1. And he is running strong here as Travis Smith begins to close in on Dustin Ping. That's going to stack him up a little bit, lose a little bit of ground to Radford, who's joined the party. It's a 3-way battle for 4th. Down to the bottom of the raceway goes that great clips number 9. He's going to pull side by side. Ping with the momentum on the high side. He'll keep the spot for the moment. Radford going to... Well, I thought Radford was going to join forces. And how about Dustin Ping dropping to the bottom in 3 and 4 right in front of Travis Smith? That's going to stack him up. The 94 of Troy Radford going to utilize the run on the outside to try to take the position away from Smith. Going to do so at the line, but not secure it completely. Dustin Ping fighting all over to keep that 4th spot. Radford looking to the high side. Ping going to let him have that high run. Pull side by side. Now Radford going to pull by. Going into 3. Radford up to 4th. How about Kendall Levron, Brian Littleton? They're battling back in 7th and 8th on the speedway. Just behind this scrum between Travis Smith, Dustin Ping, in Troy Radford. That's kind of sorted itself out just a little bit now as that 9 makes his way to the bottom of the track. He'll make his way by the 1, and here comes Lebron looking for a little bit more. Man, I tell you what, there's so many different battles it's going to be. Oh, and contact! We got that one right at the end of it. Brian Muskell Jr. spinning and flipping. Oh my gosh, what happened to that 33 Dirty Mo Media Machine? You see, no front clip on that car. That's going to spell some trouble. Let's go back and see how it all went down. Let's see what brought out the caution flag here. Brian Muskell Jr. obviously involved, heavily damaged on that car. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, and already that 33 with no front clip, hard impact. Oh my gosh. Let's go back. Let's see if we can't see what happened here. It looks like Brian Muskell Jr. right around that 18th spot, just kind of, I don't know, we'll looked like off the nose of the 6, possibly. Maybe Chris Berg involved, possibly. Not sure. Eric Blount was able to make his way by for a brief moment. Oh, and it looks like, it actually looks like we got a good view of it that time. Contact with Damian Patton, and that sends him a little bit out of shape and across the nose of the 6 of Eric Blount, and then hard impact with that inside wall. Brian Muskell Jr. gonna have another heartbreaking night under the lights here on the Turn 3 Racing Network in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. There you can see that heavily wounded Dirty Mo Media number 33 Chevy Camaro down on pit road, and he may be there for quite some time. Third different race leader of the race now under caution. We'll have to wait to see if Chris Medford does come to pit road this time by, as pit road is still open for the time being. We'll have to wait to see if he elects to come down to pit road for his tires and service. But for now, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your green flag action here from Kentucky Speedway. And back at the track as we go back, green flag racing. Quick caution here tonight. The 84 of Chris Medford fires things off, and big wreck back in the pack. That is going to cause a huge issue. Oh my. A lot of drivers seem to be involved and caught up as we stack them up on the restart. That's going to bring us under caution very quick. Oh my, what a big melee down there. I'm trying to see if we can't get some of the incidents that may have been involved right there. It looks like Dustin German with some trouble. Jeff Stiles, Tim Woodson with trouble as well. Let's take a look, see how it all started back here with the 31. Dustin German in the lap 31. Dustin German has some trouble, and he goes for a little bit of landscaping duties. That's going to cause the caution to come out. Jeff Stiles, let's see what happened here. Oh, and the 30 piles in. Nathan Bishop. Oh, my gosh. Nathan Bishop almost flipping. Let's take another look here from that 27. The 40 goes around. Kendall Levron with trouble. Wimbish into the 27. Blount into the 27. He flips, rolls back onto the wheels, but no more a hood on that car, and he's going to reset and head to pit road. My gosh. Big time trouble for a handful of drivers here on that latest restart. And well, as we find ourselves under caution, we're going to take a brief moment to talk about something kind of near and dear to my heart here. Over the past week, if you haven't been tuning into the Turn 3 Racing Network, you know that we ran a special race to benefit someone I would consider my brother in the broadcast booth. Really, if it wasn't for him and some of his efforts behind the scenes, I probably would not be where I'm at today behind the mic. So a big shout out to my main man, Roger Muth in the booth. We had some charity events. For those of you familiar with the Turn 3 Racing Network, you know that Roger had we'll call it an incident, an event, when he came to see the Bristol Dirt Race a couple months ago. And unfortunately, a few medical bills arising from that. Roger missing a little bit of work. And, you know, here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we always like to look out for our league members, our league drivers. We like to look out for each other as well. So down there in the description, you can find a link to the GoFundMe page that we're trying to just help support Roger a little bit for all that he does for the whole broadcasting community, not just here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, but multiple other organizations reaching out to Roger in times for help, whether it be with technical things or just general ideas and discussion. Roger, a big part of the broadcasting community here on the iRacing platform. So if you got anything, even if you just want to give them your well wishes, I mean, you can do that as well over there on the Turn 3 Racing Network page. But scroll down in the description, click that GoFundMe link. Every little bit helps. Help us smash our goal we already have, but let's help tip that needle over the 3,000 mark. I know we can do it. I know we've got some great fans, some great friends out there. Scroll on down to the description and click that link. Head on over and help Roger out while you're there, while you're at it, or while you're here, I should say. Also help that 2,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, drop these drivers a thumbs up, head on down and click that link in the description if you would like to help donate to the cause. All the proceeds, every bit of it, go directly to Roger and his family to kind of help them out with those medical expenses and household expenses that have been incurred since that time. Also, keep a lookout for another charity event coming up here in the next maybe 1 or 2 weeks. we'll have some more information coming to you about that as well. Next Gen Racing going to put together their own very little charity event right here to help Roger out as well. So if you don't donate tonight, you can always get in on the action when that event gets scheduled. Keep your eyes peeled for all the information coming out about that, as well as the Chevy Silverado Pace Truck lights go out again. We'll try it again this time by. New faces at the front of the field. Chris Medford, Chris Berg going to lead the field back to the green flag. Robert Liedell has Travis Smith and Katie Osmond lined up just behind them. Pace truck downfield, ready to get to the restart box. And green flag flies as Chris Medford nails the gas. He'll get up through the gears. Everybody else up through the gears nice and clean as well. We'll take a little look back. 3, almost 4 wide, heading to turn 1. Oh my goodness, and how about Troy Radford powering down around that outside. Chris Berg doing the same as well. My gosh. Woo, way up the track. Joshua Spalding's got to go way to the outside. Almost into that outside wall, trying to avoid Katie Osmond. No contact made between those two drivers. We stay stacked up at the front of this field. Chris Medford now able to slot away from Chris Berg. Travis Smith has that third spot, but here comes Radford and Baker. And way up the track again in 3 and 4 goes the 13 of Robert Liedell, struggling on those older tires. Liedell did not come down to pit road under those last 2 cautions. He stayed out on track, and it looks like he's paying the price as Travis Smith moves to second. Here comes a fast Steve Baker, the 55, dialed in, but he is behind right now, running in that third spot. He'll look to the bottom of the speedway. 3 wide right behind them, with Berg sliding back through the middle. Chris Berg falling back now after staying out. He'll go 3 wide on the high side once again. Brian Littleton breaks in to the top 10 a little further than he has been, knocking on the door of a top 5. Battling with Katie Osmond right now has Troy Radford and Joshua Spalding right up in front of him, as now Spalding looks to the inside of Travis Smith. Smith starting to struggle with those 2 tires. He'll be put 3 wide middle as Brian Littleton, the teammate, drops to the bottom of the racetrack. Troy Radford getting by. Katie Osmond stuck behind traffic right now. The 88 way to the high side, 3 wide. He'll take it all around. What a run through 1 and 2 right there for that 88 of Katie Osmond. Man, he sailed it off in there in the turn 1 and kept the momentum, kept it underneath him, and took 2 spots. By the time he worked his way off of turn number 2, stack up at the front of the field now with Baker, Spalding, Radford, and Medford all in tow. Katie Osmond right there, Brian Littleton, Matthew McMeekin, Dustin German, Travis Smith falling back now to the 9th position. He's going to fall into the clutches of Dustin Ping. Jeff Stiles, Roy Hyde right there lined up with each other as well. 38 of Derek Robinson cracking into the top 15th for the first time here tonight. 38 Toyota Supra up 8 spots from where he started. Two, 3 wide all over this racetrack. My gosh. It is too hard to keep up with. They are racing everywhere. Multiple small little battles. Great packs racing here. There you can see the 34 of Doug Wasaki taking a spot away from John Wimbish in that Texaco Havoline black and red Ford Mustang. Wimbish not going to roll over that easily. He's going to put it back to the high side. A little bit of damage on that right rear quarter panel of the 56. You can see the rear bumper damage as well, but Wimbish not hearing any of it. He's running fast here in the 16th position, looking for more battles out there on the track. Tyler Hilton getting by Hunter Tate for 13th. They'll swap that position back and forth a few more times, and then Tate will take that spot back. Once again, Jimmy Hetrick getting by Chris Berg for 20th. And how about that? Chris Berg and that 67 machine started in the second spot, and he has dropped all the way back to 22nd, dropping 20 spots on this green flag run so far. Maybe staying out was not the right thing to do, but how about Chris Medford? He's dropped 10 spots, but still running inside the top 10. Doug Wasaki right here in front of Jeff Stiles. He's also gotten by Travis Smith. There you can see Smith now battling with Damon Cox and John Wimbish. How about Damon Cox, the Iron Man here in Next Gen Racing? He's almost into top 15. He's got one more spot to go. Can he get by the 85 of Jeff Stiles? There you can see that 57 machine looking good under the lights here in that Autism Speaks sponsored 57 Camaro. Autism awareness on the left and rear quarter panels of that 57 machine. Close racing action there for just a brief minute. Right behind Damon there, you can see still Travis Smith. He is struggling on those two tires, man, dropping way through the field. He's going to lose another 2 spots. My gosh. Travis Smith can't get out of his own way right now. He's dropping further and further through this field. But let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum. Walking away with this thing just a little. Oh, and Baker up into the outside wall. Walking away with a little bit of a race lead here. These top 2 drivers, Joshua Spalding, Troy Radford, they're going to set themselves up looking nice. About 7/10 of a second separate themselves from Katie Osmond and Brian Littleton, who runs now in 4th after contact with the outside wall. Baker drops back to 6th. And as we mentioned, Chris Berg falling through the field. We mentioned Medford also falling through the field. Travis Smith falling through the field. Driver heading the other way. Matthew McMeekin inside the snap-on 41 Ford Mustang, up 23 spots from where he started tonight's race, all the way back in the 30th position. McMeekin now runs inside your top 10, knocking on the door of a top 5. He sits in 7th. And I told you it was gonna be a quick one, fast as can be. We are at the halfway point here tonight from the Kentucky Speedway in the Remember the Fallen 100, right here for Chase Race number 1 in the 2021 season for the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Who's gonna finish off this race the right way? We've got a few drivers that want to get their race turned around, that is for sure. We've got a few drivers that want their race to stay going the same way it is going right now. Matthew McMeekin picks up yet another spot there. You can see the 41 makes his way by Steve Baker. Baker struggling a little bit after some heavy contact with the outside wall coming into turn number 1. Missed the entry point just a little bit, and that 55 was up into the outside wall, and, well, he's lost a little bit of speed from there. Jump around the track just a little bit. Damon Cox battling with Jimmy Hetrick. Travis Arthur going at it with John Wimbish not too far off in front of him. The 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. He got that 67 of Chris Berg right behind him. Eric Blount beginning to come into the picture as well. Close. Ooh, that got a little bit close there between Gordon Larson Jr. No, the 86 of Arthur. Trouble 3-4 wide for a minute down the back stretch. Getting by Travis Arthur, and that 86 machine having some trouble almost now into the back end of the 4 of Michael Mason. Yo, my gosh, Travis Arthur struggling as we cross the line to begin lap number 53 out of the 100 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. You've got your chase standings kind of sitting right there on screen for you. These are all of those drivers that made it into the chase. It looks like some of that information is going to be inaccurate, so yeah, we'll do away with that. Go ahead and bore you with this one. What do you say? We'll get back to the thank yous and the love yous. And drivers are going to get back to the elbows up, head down, trying to take some spots away. The 38 dealing with the 2 of Christopher Spencer. Spencer's going to take that 14th spot away for the time being. Now he'll set his sights on the 34 Skittles machine, piloted by Douglas Saki. Ryan Wilson in a battle back here with Eric Blunt. The 2 Ford drivers going at it with each other. You know what? Let's go back to the front. Why don't we run down some of this right here? Go ahead and give you some driver highlights and spotlights as we have crossed that halfway threshold. Joshua Spalding in the 5 leads the race. Now he's our 4th different race leader of the night. Right behind him, Troy Radford sits pretty in that Lucky Finn Project Ford Mustang. The driver out of Duncansville, Pennsylvania, looking to have another solid run. Katie Osmond lined up right behind him, and what do you know, Osmond's near the front, and so is Spalding. Both of those drivers to victory lane 3 separate times this year. Again, the Blackhawk Motorsports driver that snatched the Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award here tonight. Can he get back up there and grab the top spot back away? We'll have to see if the Ohio Indiana Roofing Company Sun Drop sponsored 88 machine can get back there by the end of lap 100. Driver sitting back in the 4th spot out of Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. The Michelob Ultra, HittingStrains.com, Jekyll Control, Turn 3 Dark Side, Dave 946 Design, 80 Chevy Camaro. Littleton sitting in 4th. He's got a fast 99 of Dustin German lined up right behind him. Can German make it a little bit further up through your top 5? We'll have to wait and see. And, well, we don't have far to go to find your biggest mover of the race so far here tonight. Driver out of Chesapeake, Virginia. And the Attitude Esports Navy R-Seat Fanatec Mobile One sponsored 41. Matthew McMeekin sits in 6th, up 24 spots from where he started tonight's race. Thomas Light in the 98 going to get by Eric Blount. That's going to be for the 23rd spot, and that's going to do it for your driver run down your top 5 and your biggest mover of the race so far. Matthew McMeekin trying to close in on a top 5. How about this battle going on now? Steve Baker has the 00 of Roy Hyde to deal with. The Hyde all over that 55's rear bumper as he makes his way off of the corner. And I tell you what, we haven't been to one of our onboard cameras yet here tonight. Why don't we go on board with that 00 of Hyde as he works his way to the outside. There you can see the 55 with the inside lane able to get back to the throttle. He'll put the power down and keep the spot away from that 00 for the time being. Hyde gonna cross the line in 8th. Still watching as Roy Hyde tries to make his way up and by Steve Baker. Looks like that's going to be a close battle for quite some time. I'll tell you what, I believe we have a backwards camera shot. There you go, looking back off of that 55 of Baker at Roy Hyde. Hyde sitting back there in that 8th position, dropping a little bit of ground now. Tyler Hilton with some trouble. He's going to drop out of side of the top 10. The 82 moving backwards as Hunter Tate takes that 9th spot away. Chris Medford hits pit road this time by. Travis Smith also to pit road back on lap number 55. He's going to be listed off of the lead lap. Can that 9 somehow make his way back onto the lead lap and back up inside the top 10? We've seen him running up there in the top 5, battling for the top spot there for a brief moment after a restart. Smith has fallen from grace. No damage on that Great Clips number 9. He's just made a second pit stop, and look at the speed difference. My gosh. Onboard camera here with Travis Smith as he is making his way down the backstretch and into turn number 3. What a run here, man. I'm telling you what. Taking a look off of the gearbox there, you can see those drivers that Smith was all over getting into turn 3. And just look at that gap that he was able to open up after clearing them. Smith, fast out there on the track last time by, ran a 31.62 to your leaders 32.58. So almost a full second faster than your race leader is Travis Smith, and he's going to do away with quite a few drivers now. Bobby Camden going to bring his machine to pit road. The one of Dustin Ping, Jimmy Hetrick in the 48 also going to come to pit road for their pit stop. Green flag pit stops now underway for the first time here tonight at Kentucky Speedway. So we'll jump around a little bit of action on pit road between Dustin Ping and Jimmy Hetrick. Camera's catching the tail end of that one. Dustin German, he's going to bring his 99 to pit road this time by. You're watching Gordon Larson Jr., Mike Mason Gill, as there's that 67 of Chris Berg, who's already been to pit road. Chris Medford already been to pit road as well. They've got the fresh tires, they've got the speed, and they'll take themselves back around. Mike Mason Gill for the time being. Joshua Spalding gonna stay out on track. He's got himself a 1 second advantage before coming to pit road, and he'll pull the top 4 with him. More drivers gonna head to pit road this time by. We'll stay with this little battle going on right here between that 67 and the 84. Chris Medford losing a little bit of ground as Travis Smith, he's your highest running driver that has been to pit lane 2 times so far here tonight. Can he jump the field with the undercut? Or will we see a pesky late race caution bring chaos to this round of green flag pit stops? Still a lot of ways to go to find out. Matthew McMeekin going to take over the race lead last time around, and he'll stay out one more lap. McMeekin, our 5th different race leader here tonight. Roy Hyde, Thomas Light bolt to pit road that time by. They'll bring the 57 of Damon Cox down to pit road with them. McMeekin, Hilton, Spencer, Styles stay out on track. Doug Wasaki gonna round out your top 5. He's yet to come to pit road. McMeekin gonna peel off track and head down this time by. Tyler Hilton, he's not coming yet. He's going to extend the run. He'll take the top spot, our 6th different race leader so far here tonight. McMeekin brings the 38 of Derek Robinson down to pit road with him. And how about Travis Smith, able to get himself back into knocking on a top 15 right now. Looks like he's just a little bit, whoa. As your race leader, Hilton's going to come to pit road. That's going to give Christopher Spencer the top spot for the time being. Jeff Styles still out on the track. He's still running in the 2nd position. Damian Patton yet to come to pit road. He's back in 3rd. Eric Blount, Robert Hetrick round out your top 5. They've yet to come to pit road as the 80 of Brian Littleton takes his Michelob Ultra machine to the outside of your race leader. He'll get himself back onto the lead lap, and we are just 32 laps away from the checkered flag here tonight. Fast pace race right now, and giving up a lot of time is Christopher Spencer and Jeff Styles as they stay out on the track for yet another lap. Crew chiefs out there must have their fingers crossed for a late race caution. The 51 of Damian Patton, he's going to go ahead and peel off and come to pit road this time around. Your top 9, all non-chase drivers. Joshua Spalding going to be the first driver in the championship chase to slot himself back into a top 10 position. And there you can see just how fast that number 5 is, blowing the doors off the 29 of Ryan Wilson right now. Spalding, Osmond, a lot of these drivers able to get themselves back onto the lead lap. Travis Smith also able to get himself back in the lead lap. He's back in the 15th spot. Steve Baker, Chris Medford, 16th, 17th on the track. Roy Hyde going to reassume the 18th spot here as Bloughton Hetrick come to pit road this time by. Man, I tell you what, these green flag pit stops are all over field, well and spread out. You have some drivers that came to pit road back as early as lap number 55, and we've got drivers still coming down to pit road. Oh my gosh, how about that? 3 wide with the 2 of Christopher Spencer, much slower out there on the track with much older tires. He's got about 40 lap old tires on that 2 machine right now, so that Toyota Supra has got to be screaming for some fuel and tires. We do believe that the fuel window somewhere right between the 38 to 43 laps, so Spencer could extend this another lap or 2. Jeff Stiles still sitting in that second position. Travis Arthur back in third. Ryan Wilson slots in the 4th spot, and rounding out your top 5, heading back to the front with a head of steam, Joshua Spalding in that 5 machine sits in 5th. Stiles and Arthur are going to peel off this time by. That's going to leave just 2 drivers to make their green flag pit stops. Christopher Spencer, Ryan Wilson yet to come to pit road. We'll take a look back here at that 5 of Joshua Spalding, who is starting to head into some back markers. Katie Osmond a good ways back from Spalding right now. As Troy Radford slots in 5th, Dustin German back in the 6th spot, Brian Littleton running 7th, Travis Smith back in 8th, Chris Medford and Roy Hyde round out your top 10. That's still going to change a little bit. Drivers should gain another 2 positions as your top 2 drivers have yet to come to pit road. We'll take a look at this battle between Roy Hyde and his 00 machine getting by the 84 of Chris Medford. Medford going to slot into that 10th position now. Hunter Tate about a 1.5 seconds off of him. There's Tate in that Sim Speed Shop sponsored Chevy Camaro. He makes his way off of 2 down the backstretch, sitting in 11th. Ryan Wilson coming to pit road. He'll give up that spot on the track, but Christopher Spencer, hard-headed here tonight. He's going to stay out on the track with just 25 laps to go. 24 laps when we cross the line this time by. These Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series drivers, they are screaming around this 1.5 mile track here at Kentucky Speedway. Chase race number 1 underway. Who's going to take the checkered flag at the end of this one? We'll have to wait to see how it all plays out. But if you haven't already, race fans, join us in the push to 2,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family. We do appreciate you stopping by each and every time you do. While you're here, scroll on down to the description, check out that GoFundMe link, head on over there, give any and everything that you possibly can. It all helps. Doesn't matter if it's $1, it all helps. Scroll on down through the description. You can find that right here over here on the YouTube side of things. Scroll down through the description, click the link, head on over there and help out a fellow broadcaster. And don't forget to drop these drivers a thumbs up. And when will Spencer come to pit road? He has been out there for, my gosh, forever. We are working lap number 79, I do believe it is this time by. Yes, indeed. Lap number 79 goes on the board. Christopher Spencer was last on to pit road back on lap number 33, so he is pushing the limits on his fuel cell here. We will take a little walk through the field as we cross the line with 20 laps to go this time by. And it looks like Spencer, he's going to finally peel off for pit road. He didn't get that late race caution, so the field will go back in to the control of this man right here, the 5 of Joshua Spalding. He's going to take the top spot once again. Katie Osmond running in third, running in second, Troy Radford back in third now. Dustin German fifth place. Brian Littleton, Roy Hyde. He's made his way well up inside the top 10. He sits in 6th. More importantly here, race fans, I want to visit this. I'm not sure these drivers are going to be able to go the distance. If Spalding and Baker and Radford can all go the distance, it is going to be it's going to be quite interesting to see if they can make it all the way to the end of tonight's race. Travis Smith with a big undercut attempt. He made up some ground after falling all the way outside of the top 20. He's now back up inside the 10th position. But will it be enough? Will he have enough fuel? That is the big key. Looks like he's going to have to definitely hit pit road once again. But will this man have to hit pit road again? Sitting with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award right now, Matthew McMeekin inside that Snap-on 41 Ford Mustang. He's up 23 spots from where he started tonight's race, knocking on the door of his first top 5 of the season. Brian Littleton, he's going to make his way into that 4th spot as now Dustin German drops back to 5th. Robert Hetrick getting by Damon Cox. That's going to be for the 19th spot, as Derek Robinson going to lose 15th to Jeff Stiles. So the 85 taking that 15th spot away for the time being, crossing the line last time by. Just 17 laps to go, 16 when your leader crosses the line this time by. He's halfway down the backstretch. Can that 5 of Spalding make it a 4th race win? 2 in a row. Can he go back to back? And as we cross the line with just 16 laps to go, gonna do a little bit of house cleaning here tonight. Haven't got to that all race long. Fast, furious, heavy racing action out there on this 1.5 mile oval here, set in Sparta, Kentucky. 36 drivers took to the starting grid. We have still got 30 drivers out there running on the track with just 20 left on the lead lap. Damon Cox listed as the last driver on the lead lap, but there you can see that 57 struggling to keep his machine up in front of your race leader. Joshua Spalding tucked in right behind him. Now just 15 laps to go. Kentucky claiming a chase competitor here tonight. Kendall Levron's 28 Ford Mustang is out and behind a pit road wall. That is going to set him up to have 2 phenomenal runs in the next 2 weeks. We're going to take that short break, as we said, but when we get back at it, it is going to be hot and heavy action there for quite some time. We'll hit the track once again at Martinsville, then we'll head to Pocono to finish out the first round. Then Talladega, Rockingham, and Charlotte going to make up a round number 2. Darlington also going to help decide. Gonna whittle it down just a little bit. Then we'll head to Nashville in Texas before we crown a champion October 3rd at Atlanta Motor Speedway here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Still a long way to go in the season, but if you start off one of these playoff rounds behind the 8 ball, it is going to be hard to dig yourself out of that hole. Some very talented drivers all the way through this 16 driver chase grid, and right now we have got 8 out of your top 10 drivers on the track right now are chase competitors. Matthew McMeekin, Tyler Hilton, only 2 drivers inside of your top 14 that are non-chase drivers. So that just kind of goes to show you, that just kind of tells the tale of this season. You have got to be on it, and you have got to be consistent if you're going to beat one of these drivers for a championship. Heck, even to have a shot at a championship, you're going to have to beat a lot of stiff competition. Gonna check back with this little battle going on, or it was going on. Katie Osmond is slowly gonna have to deal with Troy Radford, who is closing in. He's closed that distance to just about a half a second between him, but battling not too far off of them. Take a look right there. Brian Littleton, Dustin German, they're gonna be going at it here momentarily for the 4th and 5th position, as we've got 10 to go this time by. Gonna take a look at that battle for the 4th and 5th position on the track. The 80 of Brian Littleton slotting in that 4th spot, but the 99 of Dustin German, he wants to get that Ford Mustang a little bit further up through this field. Roy Hyde sits behind them with Matthew McMeekin back in 7th. Chris Medford in 8th, 9th place to Tyler Hilton, and Hunter Tate rounds out your top 10. The 9 of Travis Smith last to pit road back on lap number 55 with 9 laps to go. Does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? Jump around the track just a little bit, bring you some more of these battles out here. Steve Baker battling with Jimmy Hetrick right there, 13th, 14th on the track. And how about falling from grace, man? Steve Baker had the race lead, was battling for the top spot, was up inside the top 5 for a long portion of tonight's race. Had some contact with the outside wall, and it has been a struggle since. Baker doing all he can to keep himself inside of your top 15, because he's got some hungry drivers tucked in behind him. Jimmy Hedrick now drops to the bottom in his Ally 48 machine. He'll have the spot at the line. Will that open the door, though, for Jeff Styles, maybe Damian Patton, to make their way by? 56 of John Wimbish, who is lined up right behind that 85 of Styles, is listed off of the lead lap, so that's not going to be a pass for position, but it very well could hurt that 55. It could allow some of these other drivers to catch up and make a little bit more ground up, as now the 85 of Styles looks to take that spot away from Baker at the line. Gonna have it. Baker continues to drop through the field. He's now down 11 spots from where he started tonight's race, up inside the top 5 in the 4th position. Gonna jump back up to this one right here, because Dustin German has got it done. 99 Ford Mustang able to get by the Michelob Ultra's Chevy Camaro of Brian Littleton. Littleton not letting him get away just yet. He's gonna keep on to his coattails down the back stretch, but this man is gonna get the hi, how you doing, high fiver right here this time by from upstate Allen in the flag stand. 5 laps to go here in chase race number 1 for the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series chase race number 1. Thomas Light gonna fall victim to your race leader for yet another lap. Thomas Light sitting back in the 29th position. Kendall Levron, a chase competitor, out of tonight's race. Dustin Ping, another chase competitor, with trouble. He sits all the way back in the 30th position. That is not going to be good for either of those two drivers. They're going to have a big night when we hit the track again at Martinsville. Not much to say about this man or for this man right here. Joshua Spalding has almost a 2/10 of a second race advantage over Katie Osmond. Troy Radford back in 3rd. Dustin German sits in 4th, and rounding out your top 5. The 80 of Brian Littleton, Roy Hyde right there in 6th, Matthew McMeekin back in 7th, Chris Metford, Tyler Hilton in 9th, and Hunter Tate rounds out your top 10. How about this battle right here? We'll go check this one out. One of your closest battles on track. You've got Chris Berg making up a spot on Travis Smith. 3 laps remaining as Jimmy Hetrick brings his 48 up into the mix. That's going to bring the one of Dustin Ping up into the battle as well, although Ping is listed off of the lead lap. Looks like Chris Berg going to take the spot from Smith, and Smith will drop another 2 back to 13th. Popsicle sticks last time by for your race leader. How about this? Getting the job done, man. I tell you what, Joshua Spalding has put on a show. Here after that little rash of cautions, he'll get the 1 to go. White flag, final lap here in chase race number 1 for the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Spalding has got heavy lap traffic in front of him. He doesn't need to pass him, but as a racer, you want to put the gas pedal to the floor. Spalding looks to the inside of Eric Blount into turn 3 for the final time here tonight. Your race leader going to make his way through the back markers off of turn 4. Now back to the stripe. Checkered flag waves. Your race winner, the 5 of Joshua Spalding, going to take the top spot. Katie Osmond going to finish in 2nd with Troy Radford in the 94 Lucky Finn Project Ford Mustang. He's going to walk away with the final spot in the podium. And how about your top 6 here tonight? All championship drivers. That's going to keep the points close. That's how you start off a championship run. That's how you start off a championship chase. My gosh. What a run here tonight. And well, as drivers begin their cool down laps, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Get ready for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. back trackside, ready for your post-race interviews. Man on screen, Troy Radford walking away with the third place here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch in and have a few words with the driver inside of that 94 Lucky Finn Project Ford Mustang. Troy Radford, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? I absolutely do. Absolutely, I do.
I had to give you a little crap there, you know.
I unmuted you right after you said it. Oh my lord. That almost ended bad. Unlike your night here tonight ended up well. Troy, walk us through the race, man. How was it out there? Seemed like a very quick one.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we had a little bit of a mistake with the way the server was set up, so I'm kind of grateful for that because we had about 20 minutes left to server before it was going to end the race for us. So, if it had been a caution-filled event or something like that, we would have been in trouble. But the thing went really clean. I mean, there was obviously a couple of little wrecks. I mean, there was the one big one lap like 28 or something like that. With some cars staying out, but other than that, the event was clean. Everything went really well. A couple of cautions early. After that, it really went super smooth. Really couldn't ask for much of an easy start to the chase.
Well, Troy, you mentioned you couldn't ask for a better start to the chase. We're taking a little 2-week break here, and then we're gonna fire things back off and really run the gauntlet, so to speak, for the chase for those chase drivers. 5 races in a row. I mean, we're going from Martinsville to Pocono. Talladega's up in there in that 5-week run. I don't have the schedule right in front of me, but I know Talladega starts the second round, man. How are you feeling about taking a break after a solid 2 weeks?
Honestly, I'm ready for a break. It's been a long season. We've got a vacation coming up here, so I'm definitely ready to get a little bit of time out of the rig and, recoup a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, my man, another great finish for you and your 94 crew. So congratulations walking away with third place here tonight. Before we do let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on that Lucky Finn Project Ford?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, first of all, congrats to Josh. Josh is going to be moving on to the next round of the chase, and Dale, between the two of them, I had a decent short to mid run car, but on that long run, they were just a little bit better than me, so I really didn't have anything to compete for them there. So, great run by both of them, and big shout out to all the Falcon guys who had a pretty solid night out there, as well as big thanks to Lucky Finn Project, National Kidney Foundation, Evidence Based Mommy, and Turn 3. Thank you guys.
All right, my man. Well, we'll see if we can't check up with you in 3 weeks at Martinsville.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. That was your third place runner here tonight, walking away with a podium spot. The 94 Lucky Finn Project driver, Troy Radford, gets the job done. Katie Osmond gonna walk away with the second spot here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab a few words with that driver inside of the 88 machine. Katie Osmond, it's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I've got you.
Well, man, I don't know where to start first here. Let's talk about the pole. Why don't we go there first? How does it feel to walk away with the Blackhawk Motorsports pole award here tonight?
It feels good. I would have liked to walk away with the win as well, but I'll take the pole in a second.
Well, you don't lock yourself into the next round, but you do set yourself up with some good points here tonight. As we said, the pole award. You're walking away second here. What do you do over the next 2 weeks to keep yourself sharp for when we get to Martinsville?
Man, Martinsville's going to be tough. Just practice and, hope for good qualifying there. That's what that track is all about. But, I always feel really good when we go to Martinsville. So, I think I have a shot at locking myself in there. But even if I don't, I just got to keep getting to these point days.
Absolutely. Good, consistent runs sometimes are better than those race wins. And, Katie, it's been a solid, consistent season for you pretty much all year long. So we do expect to catch up with you in Martinsville. But before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back at the shop on that 88?
Yep, as always, sponsor Ohio and Indiana Roofing Company. Teammates at Blackhawk Motorsports. A couple of them couldn't be here tonight, so hopefully we can get them a couple wins next race so they can lock themselves in. Thank you to everyone who raced. It was actually a really clean race. That's good to see. And thank you to the admins, and of course, thank you for broadcasting.
All right, Katie. Well, again, my man, enjoy your 2 weeks off. Be safe on the 4th of July, and we'll look forward to catching up with you in Martinsville. All right, there you have it. Final words from the driver driving off with second place. That is Katie Osmond. And, well, let's see if we can't go have a few words. Well, not with this guy right here. We'll get to him in just a few moments. Let's see if we can have a few words with the driver that walked away with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with the driver sitting inside of that 41 Snap-on Mustang. Matthew McMeekin is Dave in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing after that? Well, I'm gonna say it, that hell of a run.
Yeah, I really don't like this track. I never did, and I started in the back, and yeah, I just was able to work my way up. And I want to apologize first off to Cox, and we got into it a little bit early in the race. I was trying to arc the car in, and messed him up a little bit. So I apologize for that. But otherwise, yeah, I had a good run for a change.
Well, from not liking a racetrack ever to gaining 23 spots to in the race inside the top 10, almost breaking into the top 5, kind of spoiling the party up here with these chase drivers. You gotta feel good about that. And do you think that's going to give you any confidence heading from a track like this all the way to a short track like Martinsville in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I hope so. I've had a not so good season, and I appreciate Gen Electric and you guys in turn 3 in the booth, and I just I've been struggling lately, and to get this top 10 is feels really good, and yeah, I know what I'm doing. I just haven't had the luck on my side.
Yeah, sometimes luck is not on our side, and more so than not, if you just had a little bit of luck, it can turn things around quite a bit. Uh, so, with everything being said here tonight, Matthew, congratulations on being able to piece the entire race together, walk away with a great finish, up 23 spots here tonight, walking away with the Mission 22 Hard Charger Award. So, before we let you go, Mike's yours. Would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, just want to thank my family and Attitude Esports. Great guys, and yeah, we're hanging in there. So, otherwise, thank you.
Well, all right, there you have it. That was Matthew McMeekin walking away from the track up 23 spots from where he started tonight's race. Your Mission 22 Hard Charger Award winner goes to the 41 of Matthew McMeekin, and that's going to bring us to the man of the moment, man of the hour, sitting all alone on the front stretch, walking away with back-to-back race wins and starting off the chase on the right foot, locked into the next round. Joshua Spalding, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, Dave. How's it going?
It's going good. How's it feel to be locked into Century Equipment Victory Lane for the second week in a row? And more importantly, I would think, locking yourself into round 2 of this chase.
Man, it feels real good. Real excited about the win tonight. I was a little bit kind of shaky going into it. I was real anxious to get it started today, and I knew I had a pretty good car. I didn't know if it was going to be a winning car, but just wanted to make sure I stayed mistake free and kept out of the wall. And I knew if we had green flag stops, I'd practice those. So I knew that was going to be important. I think we did end up having one of those. So that definitely paid off. I think the exit of pit road is where I think I won the race on the exit of pit road there, because I got off really good and kind of separated myself from Dale because I feel like he had the better car there on that second run. I was really tight, especially towards the late end. So I feel like getting off the pit road there was the key to the win.
Well, Josh, since you are already locked into that round 2 of this championship chase, we're gonna kind of overlook Martinsville as well as gosh, where is it? Martinsville and Pocono.
Man, I want to overlook Martinsville too. I'm junk there. I am no good there.
I think there's a lot of drivers that would like to overlook Martinsville. But Talladega, Rockingham, and Charlotte, the 3 races that consist of the second round in the playoffs here. Out of those 3 tracks, we know Talladega is kind of a toss-up. Anything can happen there. But where do you feel you might need the work? The Rock or maybe at Charlotte?
I feel like mile and a halves are definitely my strong suit. I have very little experience at the Rock, especially in this Xfinity car, so I'm definitely more nervous about that race than any of them. I love Talladega, but like you said, it's a crapshoot. You never know what could happen. I think anybody's got a chance there, so I feel good about Talladega, but I mean, you can get caught up in just about anything. So I'm looking forward to all the races. I mean, it's a great, whoever came up with the schedule did a hell of a job. There's some great tracks in there, a wide variety of different racing. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully I'll be competitive through all of it. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on walking away with your 4th win of the season, a win that is going to guarantee that your championship continues on into the second round. So with that being said, congratulations on the race win. Before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous, love yous.
Oh, for sure. As always, appreciate NextGen Series. It's a lot of fun running in this league. Troy and Damon, great hosts. Appreciate Roy for the sponsorship tonight of the race. And as always, thank my teammates, Smoke Show Racing. A lot of fun racing with those guys. We always, interact during the race and or try to be on the same schedule and help each other out. So that's a lot of fun. And appreciate you up in the booth, Dave. It's a lot of fun. And also my wife for putting up with me while I do this at night. It's been a lot of fun this season. So looking forward to going on to the next race and being competitive again, hopefully.
All right, my man. Well, until then, stay safe and enjoy the trophies.
Thanks, Dave.
There you have it. Joshua Spalding walking away with the top spot here tonight in Century Equipment Victory Lane. He's going to get the job done. He's going to slot himself into that second round without any issues or mishaps. What a race it was tonight, race fans. Ton of great racing action all night long, all over the speedway. What a way to kick things off for the championship run right here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. And it does indeed sound like producers hitting those buttons.
I feel like I was just on
So it's time to run down your unofficial race results here tonight in the Remember the Fallen 100, brought to you by Royd Hyde, right here in the Next Gen Racing Light Electric Company Xfinity Series. Top spot, checkered flag, chase driver moving on to round 2. Joshua Spalding takes the checkered flag. Blackhawk Motorsports Pole Award winner Katie Osmond going to slot home in second, while Troy Radford walks away in third. Dustin German and the 99 crew going to come home in fourth, and rounding out your top 5, Brian Littleton. Roy Hyde right there back in sixth, and your Mission 22 Hard Charger Award winner Matthew McMeekin gonna jump up 23 spots. He'll finish in the 7th spot. The 84 Chris Medford gonna walk away in 8th. 9th place tonight goes to the 82 of Tyler Hilton. The 8 of Hunter Tate will round out your top 10. 67 of Chris Berg led some laps, but he's going to fall all the way back to 11th tonight. Walking away in 12th, and Remember the Fallen 100, Jimmy Hetrick in the 48. 85 of Jeff Stiles going to finish in 13th. 14th goes to Steve Baker. Christopher Spencer finishes tonight's race back in 15th. 16th spot goes to the 38 of Derek Robinson. The 51 of Damian Patton going to walk away 17th. Travis Smith struggles towards the race, and he'll finish back in 18th. 19th spot on the track here tonight goes to Eric Blount and Robert Hitch. Rounds out your top 20. Damon Cox going to bring the 57 home in the 21st spot. 34 of Doug Wasaki going to finish in 22nd. 23rd tonight goes to Gordon Larson Jr. 24th on the track, Michael Mason Gill, while Travis Arthur finishes tonight's race back in the 25th spot. Ryan Wilson back in 26th. 27th tonight goes to the 13 of Robert Liddell. John Wimbish going to finish off the lead lap back in the 28th spot. 29th tonight goes to Thomas Light with Dustin Ping rounding out your top 30. Bobby Camden back in 31st, 32nd to Kendall Lebron. Brian Maskill Jr. caught up and involved early here in a racing incident. He'll bring his 33 Dirty Mo Media Machine home back in 33rd. Nathan Bishop gonna finish back in 34th. 35th tonight goes to Tim Woodson. And the 69 of Craig Lerman gonna round out the field for tonight's Remember the Fallen 100 right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And if you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push to 2,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with all that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends. Stay particularly safe over this weekend, the 4th of July weekend. Celebrate, have fun, but stay safe, stay loved, and until next time, my friends, we'll meet you in Turn 3.